Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. My name is Diego Todd98 and we have a Satisfactory Update 8 challenge on our hands. We're going to be doing the 5x5 Foundation Tower Challenge. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with this challenge, I'll explain it to you. So down here at the bottom we have a 5x5 grid of foundations. For all intents and purposes, our factory will be contained in that square of foundations going all the way up into the sky as far as it can go. These will include constructors, assemblers, and manufacturers, so on and so forth. All those more production items, those will all be contained there. And that square over there is a 6x6 grid. That will be our power plant under the same restrictions as the 5x5 plant. So anything that produces power, namely the coal generators, the biomass generators, the fuel generators, all those stuff will be required to go there. The few, the few exceptions to the restrictions are I can build specialty buildings, meaning the hub, space elevator, the MAM, and the equipment workshop. They can be built outside of this grid. Along those lines, all the miners, all the water extractors, the geothermal generators, all those things that require specific placement points that wouldn't work within this grid, those can also be placed outside of it. This includes train stations, conveyor belts, other logistical items like that. As we build up conveyor belts, architectural things such as catwalks, beams, walls, all that can be built outside of that as well, because otherwise it gets rather difficult to traverse across the world without such things. But for all intents and purposes, our factory is confined here and here. And so, yeah, I'm excited to get into it and see what happens, and I hope you are too. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, and we stream on Twitch at Diego Todd98 on Twitch on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays in the evenings, 10:30 Mountain Time. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is a save that I loaded myself, and so the timing is a little bit off. I had to go and collect items to build these grids because it was a lot of unnecessary grinding and I wanted to spare you the details. So the inventory isn't exactly what it is just starting out, but it's pretty close. And I am not used to being a weak little pioneer without the bionic legs, so taking unnecessary damage there. We'll build that there ridiculously high up, because why not? I don't even know if I can get into the hub right here actually, so that might be a no-no on the placement. The hub, yeah, I'm gonna need to build it somewhere else. Problem is finding a flat enough place to build this out. Right here will work, and we will build that right here. This works for me. Okay, so we'll put these in here for now. And may as well put this in as well. I am trying to be a non-aggressive pioneer in this playthrough, but the lure of getting the alien parts to turn them into biofuel is very tempting, I must admit. But the first thing we need to do is build a factory production plan for power. So what we're going to need to do is I'm a little torn if I should go and automate first the basic materials, or if I should go in and start automating our power. Regardless, I am going to need to grab more materials. Kerplunctus, how's the audio levels now? Is it a good mix? And as you see here, this is the best way for us to grab our resources, to just stare at rocks and just hit it. Oh, so Kerplunctus, I went and checked up why the, what's it called, the bottleneck was happening. It was because in the one of the smart splitters that I had for computers, instead of, I had the regular output, and then on one of the sides, instead of having overflow, I had any undefined. And when you're selecting in that menu, they are so similar that, or like they're so close to each other, that it was just a misclick. And I didn't catch it at the time. And so I had so much built up, just leftover stuff. It was insane. It was to the point that some of the items that take ages and are naturally bottlenecks, I had enough of a backup in those, a backlog, that when I tried to take them back to their origin point, I was full up on that storage container. It was insanity. It made me sad that it had gone on for so long and I hadn't noticed. It was ridiculous. I was so mad. I was glad stream was over because I needed to decompress afterwards. Another clarification I need to make about building. Crafting benches and aren't necessarily factory items, and so I can build those out across the world. So if you see me do that, no, I'm not breaking the rules. And on top of that, it's my challenge. I'm not holding myself super strict to anything, and so if things happen and break and I break the rules, I don't mind. You guys can mind, but in the end I don't. That's true. And the random items, stumbling upon bunches of random items isn't bad. They're good tickets as well. It's just the frustration of it didn't need to happen, basically, and it was just annoying. One thing I need to do for this is I need to add chat. Don't know how to do that though in OBS. Don't think I can. I'm gonna have to add that for the next video. Okay, because I know how to do it. It just won't work doing it on the fly. Alright, I should have enough items now to get started. So I think what we're going to do is plan ahead and recognize that for the first part, we're going to need power and easy access to materials for power. So we're going to have this bottom layer be the entrance, and also an easy way to access our stuff. So we're going to need a constructor. We'll place it right here. And we're going to have, well, I guess for now we only have two options. Can I build the MAM now? I cannot. Okay, let's go see what the next objective is going to be, the next phase. Logistics are going to be necessary. Field research might be more necessary though. Building bridges and decorations between the two towers, I'm going to say yes because they're not anything related to the factory itself. I'm just going to be restricting factory planning to the grids. So anything that can be automated has to go there. And so decorations and bridges and landing pads and all that stuff, those can exit the tower. And so if I need more space for conveyor belts, I can have them come out of the tower, like snake out of the walls. I won't build an extra space to build out conveyor belts. I'm going to try to keep them wrapped within the tower, but I mean, this is early stages, and so I don't know. But for now, I selected research. I think I'm going to need to do logistics, and I am going to start producing stuff for the basic items. So that means we're going to need stuff for concrete, copper, and iron. So let's go in here. Production. We're going to need a smelter first. Yeah, my first world was a mess. It was not very good at all. It was very vertical, and or it is just a jumble. First time doing or playing the world, and didn't know how to use my space efficiently. And when it came down to when I started upgrading and building out, since I hadn't planned ahead, it turned into a, oh, I need more space for this, let me just cram it in here. Oh, I could just build it up a little bit more and a little bit higher, and so on and so forth, and it just got super messy. Alright, so we're going to be outputting 30 iron ingots a minute. What does this cost me? Because I'm realizing for logistics, we should probably go and actually do this before too much time passes. Suppose I should have made it so this was all done so I could just immediately get into it. But hey, it's always good every once in a while to realize how lame the beginning is and just how vulnerable you are and how long it takes to do stuff before you automate. Reteaches you the value of automation. So we need a lot more iron, is how I'll put that. We're gonna have a load spike. Whoa! That was the fastest save I've had in a long time. Oh man. I am currently looking for a way. Now we'll just have to keep with this. Not having chat on screen and chatting with chat is a little bit weird, especially for going into a YouTube video. I'm going to have to change that either for the next video, and so we'll have to take a quick pause on gameplay when that happens, or something. We'll see. What would you say would be a good time for a Satisfactory video, Plunctus? What would keep your attention? Would it need to be, if you're interested in it, you would watch an hour at a time and just see the world happening? Or would you want shorter, more goal-oriented episodes? Because I haven't gone and watched a lot of Satisfactory videos. It's mostly been update centric and then people breaking the game, like Let's Game It Out Josh. But the ones that I see are heavy editing, and I don't have the time for that. And so it would be more of a, hey, this is what we did, what we're doing in the video, and then it's just directly taken from stream. And so all those interactions with chat and the constant hitting with a chisel, all that's going to be included. I'm not going to take it out just because I don't have the time to sit down and make a good edit of a video. So in that, knowing that, where there's a lot of that in it, would it be better to have shorter episodes, longer episodes, just post the VOD in general? Yeah, the attention span definitely has shortened over the years. 10 or 15 minutes are about the size of videos that I see nowadays. Well, I suppose while this is going on, I could go and test this. How is the CPU doing? Geez, so my CPU, since we don't have so many factories at the minute, is at 50%. Most of the world isn't loaded in. We don't have items across the map loading in and all that stuff. 50% CPU. That is insane. It has been so long since I've seen Satisfactory working like this. Alright, so we need to do this. So yeah, I realized that chat needs to be seen. Otherwise, a lot of our interactions are just going to be lost. So I'm going to do something which may not be recommended and go and put chat. Edit this while we are doing stuff. And let's see. Add engagement, contest giveaway. This one. This one. Let's have it be like that. And like chat. And messages fade after 20 seconds. Okay. That's saved. So you don't see anything. Oh wait, do you do? Oh, it's not showing up though. Needs to come up a little bit though. We've finished that. Let's see. We need 150 rods. probably go to 170 or a little bit more. Maybe 200. How much would that leave us? Yeah, I think 200 would be okay spot. Okay, leave that there. You're not here to watch the tech issues, you're here to watch gameplay. That was up until 33 minutes. Now back to the riveting gameplay, where it's just watching the Pioneer just do that. And just mine and mine and mine some more. Best gameplay ever. Yeah, I hate that the chat box covers up what I'm getting, but I feel it just is going to have to cover something up no matter what, and if I can just keep it all on one side of the screen, that's just going to be the easiest. It's true though. Have you been able to ever come up with a rig that lets the Pioneer just automatically like press and hold E while you've done something else? I've gotten a little ruler. I wonder if I still have it around here. Maybe I do. This has been my jury rig in the past. I've just put this over E and then sat my water bottle on it, and then it's pushed and held E while I went and did something else. Handy little things, good for building stuff and pushing and holding E on your keyboard for you. Yeah, that was 2 saves ago, 1 save ago, I can't even remember. But my first time playing, since I didn't know coal power was a thing, first 2 saves, I would go and collect the bushes, wood, chainsaw stuff down, all that stuff, just collect the items, and then I would push a, I would go and make all of those into the biomass and then into the solid biomass. I would like get over like 1,000 biomass at a time and just let the save sit there for 20 minutes. And then I realized that there was coal power, and I was like, oh, no, you just want to go get that as fast as you can, like speed run everything else as fast as you can. And so that's what I've done more in the past. This one's going to be different though, because I have to plan my factories out a little bit more. Space to E, yeah, that's probably easier than what I did. I don't know. I just dislike messing with my key bindings because I get used to something and then I forget that I changed it. And so I go back and try playing and then it messes with me and so on and so forth. But yeah, as soon as you can automate to coal power, a lot of weight is taken off your shoulders, especially in the save that I'm at right now. Up on top of the cliff where I'm at now, there's a lot of there's definitely a lot of foliage that I can take. The struggle is going to have to be just coming back up and down all the time. That's going to get old real fast. I'm going to have just enough copper wire for this as well. But yeah, these first stages is just a constant grind of almost um, doing all this on your own by hand. You don't really get to automate the first couple items for a little bit. Okay, we have enough now to go and finish this milestone, and I might just save us time and I can take a fall. Which, fun fact, if you're at full health, no matter how far you fall, you will always survive on a sliver of health and then rapidly regenerate up to 3 bars of health. So yeah, can't do that very often, but it saves time when I can. Okay, cool. That is logistics ready for us.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation.
That line right there threw me off so bad my first couple saves.
Measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
We encourage you to build vertically. I took that like literally. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, I took that literally and built vertically, and it was not good. It was not a good idea. I might have to do a old saves tour one of these times. That would be a trip down memory lane. I've been playing this for a little over a year now. Yeah, off and on. Definitely more consistently lately. But yeah, my first couple of saves were a mess. The first one, I was testing the waters, did the tutorial, took things much too literally, didn't know the map very well, and again, literally built vertically. And if we do that tour, you'll see quite a mess and a jumble. I don't think it's unique. I think all of us did something similar on our first builds. But boy, oh boy, is that... just thinking about it, it's probably skewed. But yeah, that first build, the first base was a jumbled mess. My second attempt was... I started to build a... what's it called? A mega factory much too early, and I hadn't even gone very far in the game and was still discovering new things. I got up to right before trains. I think so. I think I got right before trains before I realized that I needed to do something else. And then my third attempt, I got up to and through trains and oil, and then I wanted to do something new because I was trying to do a... Hello, alien pig. I was starting to do a mega factory again and was doing a little bit better of a job for it, but didn't like it. And then the latest save is the one that I've done the most with. Yeah, I'm just gonna trash that. Okay, so what we need to make this easier in the long run, so I don't have to keep coming back up here. So we're gonna build some miners. And we're going to have them go down to the bottom because they're going to have to do that anyway. Oh. Well, we're dead here. We're dead. We'll make sure my body hits the bottom. It jumped off at the wrong spot. I'm used to the jetpack. I'm used to no consequences. Okay. Oh, I'm just falling off everything apparently. One of the things I will make mention of as well is I have turned on keep inventory. I do like what they've done with you keep your equipment that you have on you, but especially in the early game, it gets really obnoxious trying to find all your stuff, and so I just went on and turned on advanced game settings for the sole purpose of keeping my inventory. I realized after I had spent like an hour setting this save up that I probably could have used it a little bit more than what I did, but that's water under the bridge at this point. You guys didn't see that pain, so it's like it didn't even happen. All right, we do have one more. We have one more. I don't even remember, a portable miner. So we'll put that right here. And back to this, because we need to have a lot of iron plates for the conveyor belts that we're about to have to put down. Beautiful hitting. Oh, I wonder, does this interrupt? It doesn't. You can emote while you work, and then it glitches out your hand. Oh, that's beautiful. And there's the hand again. Okay. Iron ingots, come to me. It sounds like it's almost done. Yeah, it's almost done. Okay, we'll do this real quick. Long waiting process. I think we have enough rods that I don't have to worry about it too much. It's about making those. I think I can make all of these into plates. Oh, I got rid of an iron ingot when I could have made an iron rod. Oops. I was thinking it was a ore for some reason. I'm not sure what I was thinking. It's been a long day, okay? So, right now, what I'm doing, I am preparing for the first bit of automation that we're going to be doing. And so, that means that I am going to have these bring the ores down to the factory, and it's going to be that same pattern over and over and over again, and it's going to be a beautiful mess, but it's going to be my beautiful mess. We're going to stop there real quick, collect this, and bring our work over to the concrete, because we desperately need more concrete. Might set up something for concrete for anything else, honestly, because it takes forever to get enough concrete to do anything, and it goes by so fast. A full stack of concrete ore, or of limestone, gives you 33 concrete. That's equivalent to 6 foundations, and that's a travesty. So annoying how rare concrete is. But yeah, I chose the northern forest biome as the starter location because of this cliffside that we're on. We have amazing resources up on the cliff where we're at right now, and we have a lot of space down on the ground to build up. And so that is why I did it the way I did. Beautiful time of the game where you just wait for things to be made for you while you make them yourself. Smile. Welcome to this chat. Doing the tower challenge. And you caught us as we are starting the tower challenge, so there's not much automation going on right now, which is why you see a screen of this and not much else is being done right now. What I'm doing is preparing to bring the resources down to the main automation factory, and so I'm just making all this iron into iron plates to be able to do that. Oh yes, it's a good thing it's a pleasant enough sound, otherwise most of their players would go mad hearing it for minutes on end. I think my record of having a pioneer sit here staring at the screen is an hour. But yeah, I was having the pioneer make biomass out of the leaves and wood and turning the biomass made from that into the solid biomass. And I legit started it and walked away and did something else for most of that time. And I just go back to make sure that it was still producing and then went back. This was before I understood what automation in this game looked like. Really warned. I haven't seen too much of it. When I went to the Satisfactory Tips website, I saw a bunch of YouTubers having done this challenge, and I think when it first came out, it was like update 5 or 6, maybe even update 4, and then it just was one of those challenges where it was popular and then people finished it and went off. I haven't seen any media since then about this challenge. Smile, how did it go? A 10 by 10 no handcrafting. That would be brutal. Yeah, I mean, at least you wouldn't be staring at this screen ever. I don't know. I like the screen. It gives me a chance to decompress from having to constantly think as well, which I appreciate. We'll grab this. Back to making this. I think this is all I need. After I make enough this concrete bit, I think I should be good with the basics. We'll move on after the save happens. There we go. Okay. So, let's see. Oh boy. Oh yeah. That would be hard. Okay. So we are going to move this slightly. 6. Have it output over there. I have the Satisfactory calculator do all the math for me. It's because I did an insane build. I was doing... Oh, that's true, I suppose. Yeah. Well, no, not this calculator. I suppose rushing to coal would have been more difficult, though. But what's that? It's this one. that link, I don't know if it would have helped you at all, but it does do decent math of if you want to split it, your inputs or your outputs into different locations. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, it goes down into decimals that don't work at all for Satisfactory, which I find annoying. But let's see. What I'm doing is building conveyor belts. Building conveyor belts to here. Oh, I suppose I have logistics that need to be put into here now. This is going into 5, 6. It's going into 6. And these go into here, where we have a splitter and a merger. Jeez. So no handcrafting, and you were trying to keep up fuel. I presume that the grasses and woods just weren't keeping up with you, or you couldn't. Yeah, those fuels wouldn't keep up with what you were trying to do. Eesh. Yeah, I did see when I was looking up what I needed to know for this challenge, a couple of people talking about the no handcrafting challenge. And I thought to myself, I want to make this hard, not impossible. I'm still too new at this game to make it so I have to figure out little intricacies like that. Okay, we'll have that go there. Oh, that's a good thing that bridge was right there. Yeah, that would go by quick. Would the handcrafting also mean you can't use the equipment workshop? Or is it just the craft bench? Right, okay. Okay. Can chainsaws be made in... Oh, I suppose you couldn't get to that until after coal power. Oh yeah, no chainsaws even. Your poor keyboards as you were running around spamming plants. We're almost out of materials. Oh boy. Well, at least we'll survive this. We'll have that go there. $19,000, that's insane. At that point, you just want to create a macro that spams it for you. We'll make this easier. Right, yeah, that would have been terrible. that was something I've discovered more recently while playing, is how to make a more reliable fuel source mini factory. I don't know if the fuel benefits are good enough, like the input cost to output, but just like putting the plants into constructors. The farthest I've ever gotten is I've completed tier 7, I think. Yeah. The latest save I've done, I got through aluminum. I had just built a factory for all the basic aluminum parts, and was just craving something else, because the last save that I did, I was more focused on mini factory building, because the saves beforehand. Oh, I don't even have enough for iron plates. Okay, we'll just destroy this real quick then. The saves I've done before, I've been trying to do mega factories. I'm sure. Yeah, give me the tip. I haven't done too much of the optimization of early game. Open inventory. Really? Oh, because you wouldn't have to push down. It'd just keep doing that for you. Right, okay. Yeah, Kerplunctus and I were just talking about the different ways we had manually done that, where I used the little ruler. Oh, I don't know where I put it. No. I used this little ruler, put it on Ian, put my water bottle on it, and he just put a mug on his key binding. I'm an engineer by trade, and so I don't think of the best ways. Spacebar to autocraft. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I've been seeing lately on a little bit more on the what was it? On the Satisfactory groups, like on social medias and whatnot. Since update 8 came out, there was just an influx of people saying, hey, I'm having issues with the crafter and auto crafting and all that stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean? Just push spacebar. And it just blew their minds. I don't know how, even now with all this stuff out there, how people don't know about it. When I first played, I would click craft and nothing was happening. And I didn't know that you needed to push and hold. And so I just pushed spacebar, and then one day it worked, and I didn't know any different. I suppose I'm one of the lucky ones in that case. Was that added, or had that always been there and the community just didn't know it existed? It's one of those things that you can never be sure with coffee stains. The amount of trolling they do to the community is ridiculous sometimes. And you can never know if it was legit. Oh, there's a lag. You can never be sure. Interesting. Well, thank goodness for us. But, I mean, the whole game is about automation, and so it wouldn't I wouldn't put it past them for them to have said, no, we want you to focus on getting out of this crafting stage, so we're going to make this absolutely brutal to you so you get out of it as fast as you can. All right, we need this stuff now. We have copper, concrete, and iron ore coming in. Interesting. I don't think I ever discovered the dupe bug with the doggos. I do know that they are used to completely get rid of the plutonium waste. 2 hard drives. I've gotten lazy with hard drives. I don't collect them as much as I need to. Or immediately use them as quickly as I can. I got the OP oil into fuel alternate recipe. Oh, I'm out again. Ridiculous. I suppose now that we have that going, we can start. That's true. That's very true. At that point, I guess that's why advanced settings happen. Right. The you could always just do the advanced settings though, couldn't you? Because I'm pretty sure they allow you to just unlock everything. Is it gameplay? Yeah, no, actually maybe. Right, the advanced gameplays, the unlock alternative recipes. It as soon as the requirements are met, so I suppose it's once you get to that tier, it just automatically turns it on. Honestly, the new update came out at such a weird time. I'm still remembering new features. Like, I completely forgot about the new circuit breakers that you can put them into tiers or categories or whatever you want to call them. And so, like, you run out of power and then it shuts down in sequential order kind of thing. Forgot about those, and so I built out my bases, and then I looked back, oh, this would have been good to have known. As in, get too much of it? Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I did. I went and that alternate recipe of the insane oil to fuel. Once I got that, I built out 2 sections of a power factory and got me like 10,000 megawatts, and then I didn't look at it for the rest of the time. I went and explored for the geothermals, the geothermal, whatchamacallit, the generators, just because I wanted something to do, and I wanted to explore the world. But, yeah, didn't look at it at all. 9K power? Well, okay, so my all my factories aren't by any means the end-all be-all. If you do this, you have so much. Well, I don't think I had 10K power. I had a coal power plant beforehand, so I was like 15 to 16, maybe. I haven't, like I said, I didn't look at it ever again. But yeah, I would only build out the bare minimum of stuff. So I had power generators already, and the fuel generators were just added to the power, and I connected everything up through the train lines. $540. I looked at doing turbo fuel, but I didn't appreciate how much sulfur I had to bring in, and where I set up my power factories, I had it would mean that I'd have to transport sulfur from a crazy distance, and I didn't want to go through and figuring out how to do that. So I never did turbo fuel or compact coal. It just never lined up well enough. So yeah, I just stuck with the old-fashioned, takes up a lot of space, single factories, or the regular fuel generators. I can't throw myself off the edge yet. Okay. Thank you, Smile. Good talking to you. If you ever want to drop back in, I'm on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays at 10:30. Okay, so we bring that power pole down to here. Right there. We're actually going to turn the hub around because I don't know how many people know this, but the... Oh, is that even farther off the ground than it was before? It might be. I don't know. The biomass burners here are unique. They are much more efficient than the regular biomass burners. Okay. Well, let's see. If I'm having the stuff be brought down, I may as well not make it by hand. So this is going to take a lot of rearranging, and I just have to accept that. Okay, so we are going to have the basic stuff come out right now. So from here we are going to have, let's see, that is a pure node. It is a pure node with a level 1, so that means it wants to be outputting 120, but we're only going to be getting 60 a minute, which means that we're going to want a splitter. Really? Interesting. I've never had that happen. I suppose oh, you play on a laptop, don't you? That might... Maybe that has something to do with it? I don't know. I'm one of the lucky people who get to play this on a decent desktop. I can't imagine why that would be a problem, though, because those are already connected to another integral part of the game, so you'd think they'd be a little bit more stable than anything else. Oh, we need more copper. power poles that cost me. I think we're gonna end the video as soon as I get power going to these. Yeah, as soon as I get power to the miners. And that is going to be about time for us to be done as well. Or I don't know. If I'm already committed to doing this, I suppose I could keep the video and the stream going on until we finish getting this going. Right, you want to output 120? You do. Also, fun fact, even though the animation hadn't finished yet, it was grabbing ore in the meantime. While that continues. Back to staring at rocks. Yeah. We're almost done though. Just hang in there. We're almost done staring at rocks. Until we get to the next new item, and then we have to stare at rocks some more. Oh. A nice little period of waiting while... How much is this? It's like 1 a second. Good evening, BT. Things are going well. Just looking at rocks, building stuff. Staring at we're either staring at rocks at the moment or staring at this screen. There's not much else going on at the minute. We're almost done staring at these screens though. We're about to start automating things. But yeah, I would say that it's always good to do a new world every once in a while, so you just remember your roots and how terrible the beginning game is. BT, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. Were you playing Satisfactory as well? And welcome in everybody from BT's stream. How are you all doing? Doing the tower challenge, the 5x5 tower challenge. There's the rules for you. It's a decent challenge so far. I mean, I haven't built much within the actual tower, but the gist of it is you can only build your factory within the walls. 3K generators. That's insane. So are you taking like all fuel or all oil and just pushing it into the generators? And is this including the going for the record? Okay. I'm unfamiliar with the record. So is it just straight up oil and that's it? All oil and it's just going into that? Suppose there's a lot of other strategies going into it, but all right. So we have that. How much? We have 102. That won't get us close at all. We'll come back to this. Okay. That's really cool. How long has it taken you to get all that? Because I imagine you have to get all the properties or all of the materials by hand. So how long did it take in setup? Oh, and some more lag. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that's wrong. Dang it. 95 hours. Okay. That's really cool. I haven't played enough to consider going for records or anything like that. I'm still in the I'm just here having fun stage. Jeez. Don't think I've hit that high yet. Let me take a look. Steam. Steam. I just want Steam in general. There you are. Satisfactory. I only have 408 hours, which I think is my second highest game. Terraria has it beat by about 150 hours. But I don't play much Terraria nowadays, so that is about to change. Alright, so we have that. We have 60 iron ingots coming out. Fraternal, welcome, welcome. 3K hours? I don't... Y'all are insane. Man. All these games you have thousands of hours in? I thought hundreds was a lot. Amongst my friends, I have a lot of hours in these games, and I tell people, oh yeah, I've spent this much time, and they look at me weird. But okay. Man. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think I could hold interest in a game for that long. Man. Alright, so constructor. plates, you need 30 a minute. Iron rods, you need 15 a minute. Oh, the lava charm is ridiculous sometimes. It is entirely too much up to chance. They have made it easier in the most recent updates, which I appreciate, but yeah, that thing can be brutal. Alright, need to figure out what to do with this. You know what? This might be the easiest way to do it. Just crisscross the paths. And this is where it becomes more difficult, as I have to plan ahead now for storage spacing. Definitely could save more space by bringing it back, but I've already consigned myself to the fact that I'm going to have to rebuild this after I start getting more materials, so. Okay, let's see. So these are iron rods as well. So we have iron plates, iron rods, and this is going to immediately become screws, so we'll have it. Oh, we're missing cable now. Fantastic. Just go run up here and grab some more. This. Yeah, BT, thank you for the raid and for chatting with us. Really appreciate that. Screws, only 10? Well, okay, if I merge these back, I have to split it into 3 regardless, though. I also need, I don't have any screws on me right now. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out a good stream schedule and whatnot, keep cool content going. This is just more, I definitely stream more just so I have something to talk about or talk to, because I realize that this game is fun to play with people, but I don't see how I could play with people, and so to mitigate me being one of those people who are not good to play with, I just play on my own and then stream and talk to myself or talk to chat. Okay, need 10 a minute. Outputting 15. I suppose at the minute I don't necessarily care about optimization. That will definitely come later. So we can have that come there. And then let's build have enough for 2. Build these up on top of each other. We'll have this one come into that, and that one come into that. All right. And now we need power brought over to here. We're going to need 2 things of power. So we'll bring this over into here and wire this up over to there. And then here to here, here to here, here to here. Here to here, here to there, and why not to here as well. Okay. We'll keep the copper producing as is for now. And with the sparse resources that we have, we'll transfer this into the leaves. Back to the screen that we all know and love so much. $325. Okay, let's split. Okay, that gets that producing. Well, let's head back up and take a look at what we've achieved in the, how long? Hour and a half of streaming that we've done today. Run up the Temple of Irritation. Run up the Ramp of Irritation. Okay, well, this is what we've achieved. Fog covering up the 6x6 we have over here, but we got the startings of a factory. Power's attached to everything now, so good on us. YouTube, thank you for joining. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe. We stream on Twitch, 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. At night. It's the only time I have time to stream. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.